welcome to the very first episode of Big Tuna and the Squid, live from the coach's basement.
Where all great aquatic empires begin.
That's right. I'm Big Tuna.
And I'm the Squid. And so, Big Tuna, here's the question of the day. Why does this podcast even exist?
That's a great question, and I'm glad you asked. We really needed something to do on a Tuesday night.
That is true.
No, I think more importantly, it's to talk about, there's so many podcasts that are out that are talking about swimming, the form to swimming, or how to swim a certain stroke, or the fitness aspect.
And they're great.
They really are great, but I think what we're trying to accomplish here is a little more than that, and it's going to be more focused on the social aspect, more locally. What do you think?
I think so. I think it's a one big swim family. I think we've said it before.
Right?
The swamily,
right.
Right? It's about community. It's about living life out in the pool together, right? So to help to support each other, to compete together, to train together, to
healthy competition, though.
Yeah, always healthy competition. Absolutely. So I think it is a little bit more about a big swim family, about that community and how we encourage each other.
That's a great point.
Yep.
Let's talk about why now, right?
Why now?
I think that we're building it one episode at a time, right? So into the transition of the format that we're trying to do here on Big Tuna and the Squid, let's go to the drills.
Yep. So we just completed our warm-up and on to our drills. I do love a good drill. And that is something that we build. It helps to build our knowledge, build our skill set. And so why not build our knowledge? Who doesn't love trivia?
That's right. A little bit of trivia. So we're going to do trivia 5 on the minute. The rules are it's going to be fast and fun. It's a little bit of competitive energy, right?
I love competitive
It's got to
energy.
have structure. It needs lanes. We need discipline.
Structure.
We have
our
clock.
Big clock. That's right. So so we're going to just answer back and forth?
Yeah. We'll just do a couple.
5 questions total or 5 questions
I think
each?
5 total.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you got? You want to go first or me?
What do I got? You know what? I don't, it starts with Big Tuna, so I will go ahead and ask you the first question.
Okay.
How about that? We're going to start at the top. And this is how this clock works, right? On a good swimming clock, the top is the 60, and you have just a short amount of time to answer this question, and so here it goes. What is the stroke order for the individual medley relay?
All right, so it is fly, back, breast free. I got it wrong, didn't I?
No, I said the relay. That's the IM. It's back, breast, fly free.
All right.
Okay, my turn.
All right. What stroke burns the most calories?
The one that I'm the worst at, the baddest. Worst.
Yeah.
I'd say fly.
I think your first answer is correct. More correct.
I'm telling you,
whatever's down here is not right. Your first answer was right.
Squid point.
There you go.
All right.
That's a token.
Here we go. What 2 strokes actually have a 2-hand touch is a legal hand touch? You have to do a 2-hand touch.
So that would be breaststroke and fly.
Nice. Look at that. We didn't even get 5 questions in a minute.
Wow.
What is the math on that? Who won?
I have no idea.
I think it was a tie. It's
I don't do math in the water or out of the water.
Yeah, your math is about like your swim skills.
Burn.
Just kidding.
Make it burn.
Oh, goodness. All right. So I guess it's time for moving on from our drills. And if you have, if our Swamily has questions for us, trivia questions they'd like to send in to us.
Yeah.
Please do.
Send them in.
We will ask your trivia questions right here on Big Tuna and the Squid. You know what it's time for? My favorite part. Make some room here for our very own Hannah Loftus from Del State University. That's right.
Welcome, Hannah.
Welcome, Hannah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm honored for the first edition of your podcast, too.
Yeah, we are so excited to have you here today. So
Absolutely.
tell us, you are with Del State University. You are the coach of the women's triathlon team.
Yes,
is that correct?
that's correct. Yep.
And so how did you get to this point? Tell us about this exciting venture that you're on, or adventure that you're on.
Yeah, so Delaware State University added women's triathlon almost 5 years ago. This is the 5th year for the team. I came in really from day one as the assistant, took over as head coach after the first year. So I'm wrapping up my 4th year as head coach right now. We're one of 3 HBCUs who have varsity triathlon, and there are only 40 programs nationwide across Division 1, 2, and 3. So it's a pretty unique sport for us.
That's exciting.
Yeah. It sounds like it's relatively new.
It is relatively new. Right now, triathlon is still an emerging sport for women, just meaning we haven't reached NCAA championship status yet. But we completed like the 10-year growth period. We're entering a review period and hoping to be full-fledged championship status within the next few years.
Big goals.
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds awesome.
I love following them online. It's great to look at all the
Absolutely. The social media is killer.
Oh,
It really
thank
is.
you.
Yeah.
That's all the girls. I can't take credit for that.
And you compete all over, right? It's not just in the Mid
We do.
Atlantic area.
Yeah, especially, I mean, I don't know if you've been around this winter, but it's been truly terrible here in Delaware. So not a lot of open water swimming to be done here recently. So our most recent competitions, the end of the fall, we were out in Tempe, Arizona. And then we actually just kicked off our spring competition season in Claremont, Florida last weekend.
Awesome.
You have to go where the water's warm, right?
That's right.
I think so too. I think we should just
We should
up
all
and
go
take
where
up
the
and
water's
go where
warm.
it's warm. Absolutely. So, is this when you go in to compete? Are these triathlons like school against school, or is it like multi schools together, universities and colleges together? Is it kind of like I don't know, for lack of a better term that I am aware of, like invitationals, or how does that?
It's more like cross country if you're familiar. So it's not a lot of duels where it would be, DSU versus Hampton. It's a race with 10, 20 other teams there all going head to head at the same time.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
exciting.
Typical wave would be about 75 athletes
Oh,
all racing at the same time. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's cool. And so the swimming piece of this, right, is outdoor open water swimming,
Yes.
which is unique. Some people are more familiar with maybe a pool atmosphere. What do you find is interesting when you're training? How do you train a little bit differently, maybe for open water?
Well, that's a great question. So we do the majority of our swim training in the YMCA pool, which is a very controlled environment. Like you mentioned, we're transferring that to open water swimming. You're going to have chop and waves and just crazy things in the water. Even the race we just did in Claremont, they call the water tea water because it's the color of tea you would drink. So that's a little unnerving.
You can't necessarily see the bottom, right?
Correct. You
There's no
should
line.
not expect to see the bottom. There's no black line. There's no lane lines. There's 74 other girls trying to get to the same turn buoy. So to that effect, we try to create some chaos. Like, let's have 4 of you swimming down the lane next to each other. We will set up human turn buoys. So you'll lead a lane for a little while, and then you stand on the tee at the end of the lane, and everyone has to swim around you without touching the wall.
Wow.
Go back. And then just little things in your swim technique that change that we'll practice. In open water, you're going to have a little higher turnover, just getting used to things like that.
Tight turns there. That's got to
Very tight turns.
make it adapt in the open water for them to be a little faster, I would have.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's also your chance to throw an elbow if the teammate who's the turn buoy has been annoying you that
There
week.
you go.
There's no foul.
Nice.
Well, that's
Absolutely.
funny. So what do you think, how has your team progressed over the years, over these 5 years, in terms of even size? Have you seen recruitment increase and interest, I guess?
We have maintained about the same roster size. We can really only go up to 10, and we typically hang out around 8. That's just what we at DSU have the facilities and honestly the budget to maintain is about 8 athletes. But we have seen the team progress competitively. We've gotten a little bit stronger, a little bit more competitive on the national level. And really just those early years, the priority was building team culture and getting everyone on the same page, encouraging each other, working together, wanting to show up to practice and have a good attitude is 90% of the battle. So we had to set that tone and grow from there.
Man, it sounds like a big undertaking, but I've seeing, your team on the pool deck and everybody is there to work. I mean, it's impressive. And I got to add a personal note. I love it was using the kickboard as a fin.
Mm-hmm.
And,
as a drill. Yeah, you can include that in your drills.
We've
like
adopted that
yeah.
into our morning workout routine as well.
Yeah, occasionally masters will steal some of my
It's
drills.
rubbing
Right.
off.
Absolutely.
They are definitely there to work. Although you saying that, I thought maybe you were there a day last week where one of the girls asked if they could get in the water by doing a belly flop contest.
No.
Which was personally the funniest thing I've ever witnessed with these
man.
kids throwing themselves full speed. One of them hit the surface and floated for a second before her body sunk in. It's just full commitment. So she got to take 100 off the workout.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You might not realize it, but you are in the presence of greatness because the first state masters belly flop contest winner happens to be sitting at this table in the
Please
form of the
challenge
big
my
tuna.
team. Yeah.
You know what?
I'm gonna have you go head to head against Lison, who
No
was our
problem.
winner.
We should do a joint
Really funny.
belly flop competition. Yeah, team against team.
Bring it on.
Love it.
For
This is
sure.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
All right.
I think it builds camaraderie to do fun things
Does.
like that.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
So how did you do that? Like we were talking about that community and that our swim family, and how do you build that in a new team? How do you encourage that?
I mean, it starts in the recruiting and getting to know the athletes before they come in. But then once everyone gets here, it's not just showing up to practice and working together as a team. It's the things outside of practice that have made the biggest difference, the team bonding. And then especially once they take ownership of that, and it's not me saying we're going to play mini golf and have ice cream on Sunday. It's them saying we're going to throw a Halloween party and everyone's going to dress up like a 2000s pop star.
That's
Once
awesome.
it's their idea and they're owning these things to do as a team outside of practice, that
Passing the
changes.
torch a little
Yeah,
bit, watching it burn. That's cool.
absolutely.
That is awesome.
We
Yeah.
were just talking about the Swamley and how much of an impact it has on us and our personal lives, and the ability to bring that to a swim practice, whatever is on your mind, and you've got friends in the water that you can kind of lean on them if you need to, and it's just a really unique place.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially during a social kick.
Absolutely.
Who doesn't love a good social kick, right? A fast kick set, I don't know, but actually I do love a good kick set.
We have a non-kicker. She would definitely rather run 13 miles than kick 200 yards.
But that's interesting because your athletes are not a one sport athlete, right? So that they have to do the running, the biking, and the swimming. So that presents its own challenges, right? And
It does.
And a lot of training.
Yeah.
Yes. The cumulative load of swim, bike, run, and strength training. Then you get the dynamics of, who the swimmers are and who's the stronger cyclist and how the athletes push each other or help each other in different practices. It's a balancing act for sure, especially for them being full-time students. We're also trying to maintain good grades and graduate with a degree and think about what comes next. So yeah, it's a lot.
That's exciting that's right here in
Yeah.
Dover, Delaware.
Yeah, it really is.
We are very proud of Del State and their
Thank you.
accomplishments, and
Thank
we
you.
really appreciate you being here for our first podcast.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you
Hannah.
for
Very,
having
very
me.
much.
Very
It's exciting.
exciting. So we are so proud of Del State and all the work that they've been putting in for this team, and just
Thank
having them here in Dover, Delaware in general. That's pretty cool, and proud of you and all the work that you've done. So tell us a little bit more. What's coming up? What should we be looking forward to as it relates to Del State?
So next for Delaware State Triathlon, we have a community event right here in Dover coming up on April 11th, staged out of Shooty Park. We do a duathlon, so that's a run, bike, run. That's just a community event, a fundraiser. It's not an NCAA race for us, but it is your opportunity to come out and see if you can beat my team, which my husband tries to do every year. So we'll see.
Right.
But it's a 1.5 mile run, a 13-mile bike ride, and then another 1.5 mile run. So very approachable.
Wow.
I haven't seen your guys' registrations come through yet, but there's still time. Registrations open through April 10th.
Well,
Right.
I didn't know cephalopods were known for their running.
Tunas don't get out of the water.
I know.
I mean,
We'll try.
we can put a tank on a bike, and you can swim in the tank while someone bikes.
As long as it's a beach cruiser, I think.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you can do a relay.
And do you
That's an
take
option.
volunteers for the day?
We do also take volunteers for the day.
That might be more up
I
my
mean, the
alley.
Squid is very good at volunteering.
Yes, we do. It's our
Many
a big
arms, many
fundraiser.
waters.
We actually have the Delaware State women's wrestling team running our aid stations this year because we had women's basketball come out in the past and they brought, speakers and music and everyone loved that. This is the first year for the wrestling team, so we're going to see if they can bring even more energy and hype to
Alright.
our aid station.
That is awesome. I just love how the different sports are supporting each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
great.
wonderful. Yeah.
It's a good environment you got.
Yeah.
It is. We're very lucky.
Well,
Awesome.
thank you so much
Yeah,
for being
thank you
part of our
guys.
very
Yeah.
first podcast. Looking forward to, in 10 years when we're, continuing
40.
on big 40.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be very well seasoned squid. And we'll have you back for an anniversary.
I look forward to it.
Thank you so much. Wow, right here in Dover, all that's happening, and we didn't even, well, we realized it, but we didn't maybe know to what extent. And so now we can also be a part of Del State by helping to volunteer, or maybe we put our running shoes
Dare I
on.
say it? Dare I say it?
You say it. I'm in the nose goes, right?
I can't. Yeah, no. I'm sorry,
Not a
Hannah. Not a runner.
We are swimmers, and that's what we're here for, right? But we do love that there are a lot of different cross-training opportunities, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like planks on the pool deck. That's
Ooh. I do love a good plank on the pool deck. I wonder what mean coach makes you do that.
The squid.
Squid.
All right, so after the social kick, we want to get into from the bleachers.
Yes, I think we have some great questions out there that we've received from our fans, even though
we
this.
definitely have.
Yeah.
Why don't you field the first one? I know that
Okay.
the one we talked about earlier was a really good one.
Well, I've got one here that says, Wayne from Illinois says, "Party on, Big Tuna and the Squid. Great ideas begin in the basement." We agree, Wayne. Thank you for reaching out to us, and party on, Wayne.
Party on, Big Tuna.
That's right. And the Squid.
That's right.
I think I have another one here. Susan from Poughkeepsie asks, "I've been nervous about joining a swim team lately. Swam years ago when I was younger. Looking forward to getting back in, but a little nervous. What do you say, Big Tuna?"
I'd say just jump in the deep end. Show up and swim. That's always our motto. And it's never too late to try. Today's the day.
Today is the day. I love that. And everybody's so supportive. I don't know that I've met anyone in the pool that hasn't been supportive.
No, and a lot of sports that I've been involved in throughout my life, or a lot of competitive sports are competitive, right? You're competing against other athletes, so there's a certain competitive nature that comes with that. But the competition is with yourself in swim for the most part, unless you're on Coach Hannah's team and then it's full out. But I think that sometimes you need to rely on your teammates, and it's a really great place to do it in the swim community.
Yeah, it's so fun. So fun. And I think, I think of all the swimmers that have come into our swim family, and we have so many different levels and abilities,
Yeah.
and everybody is so supportive, and it's really, like you said, it's kind of a competition against yourself.
Yeah.
How well are you doing? Are you progressing, or how is it helping in impacting your health? In some cases, people are swimming just to improve their health. I don't want to say just, because that's a huge reason, and we find that many people enjoy, like we said, that flow, that energy, that
Yeah.
water.
It happens kind of naturally and without you knowing it, because you feel like you're working hard at first, and then it ends up being fun, and then the work isn't so hard anymore. At least that was my experience. I'm sure it doesn't go like that for everybody, but
No, but as you said, our motto is show up and swim.
that's right.
We just do our best and forget the rest of any other cares, right? So we don't try to judge anybody. We just
Do your best, forget the rest.
forget the rest.
Squid, you're
That's right.
nailing it today.
I don't know, maybe.
I love it. All right, Squid. So Darlene from Baton Rouge, Louisiana asks, where is Delaware anyway?
Ooh, Baton Rouge. Ooh, I bet it's warmer there. Yeah, so that's a great question, Darlene. Where is Delaware?
It's the first state.
It is the first state. Yeah, the first state. We are in the mid-Atlantic, kind of near, well, we're near the Atlantic Ocean and in between the Delaware and the Chesapeake Bay, close to New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Virginia. And we can literally drive from top to bottom in about 2 hours-ish, and from, I guess, the widest part of the state in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, I would
30,
say that's
35
accurate.
minutes.
Yeah, very
so
accurate.
we're a small
tiny
state.
wonder.
We
The small
are
wonder.
a small wonder, but we are a wonder indeed, with a lot of energy, very centrally located. In fact, it would make a great place for, I don't know, maybe a competitive swimming natatorium and
my.
healing center.
Sounds like a big undertaking.
Big undertaking that maybe we can explore at another time.
I think that's worthy of exploration.
It is worthy of exploration.
Squid's always got good ideas.
Well, I am inspired by you, Big Tuna. Oh, well, that's it. Are we almost to the end?
I think we're wrapping it up for our first episode.
Wow.
You know, we did have a closing question.
Do we now?
So, if someone's listening right now, no one's on the, who's on the edge of trying something new? Whether that's triathlon, right, or just getting back in the water, what would you tell them?
Do it afraid. Do it anyway. Whatever is hindering you or stopping you, I'd say don't let it stop you from trying something new or interesting. I think that we don't want to get to the end of our lives and regret not having tried to do something that maybe we were drawn to or called to do. And so do it anyway.
I love it.
Come join us in the pool. Join the Swamily.
So I'm going to wrap it up by saying thanks to our host and our sponsor, the First State Aquatic Center. That is a nonprofit organization with a mission to be Delaware's premier aquatic center, building community together through education, competition, and wellness as a vision to position Kent County as the Mid-Atlantic's hub for aquatic advancement. If you enjoyed today's episode, you can support that mission by checking out the link in our bio to learn more, get involved, or make a contribution. You can also find the First State Aquatic Center on your favorite social media platform and follow along as the vision continues to grow.
Well, that's it for
Big Tuna,
and the Squid.
keep swimming, and we'll see you back on deck next time we see you.
Yeah.
Click, like, and subscribe. Big Tuna and the Squid. Not sure why you haven't done it yet.
And hey, how about dropping those questions in the comment box?